Grand rising. Good day. And good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to El Chai's channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars. Jerome. Bed. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and give Odin a treat. As you can see, he's never gotten any affection or love, ever. He's absolutely deprived and neglected and starved of attention. El Chai is God of my life. I've got word. We're going to be reading from the book Ezekiel, also known as Ezekiel. We're going to be reading from chapter 3. I believe we're going to be reading, first 14 verses. Moreover, he said to me, Son of Adam, eat that you find. Eat this roll, and go speak to the house of Yisrael. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said to me, Son of Adam, is your belly to eat and fill your bowels with this roll that I give you? Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said to me, Son of Adam, go, get you to the house of Yisrael, and speak with my words to them. For you are not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Yisrael. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words you cannot understand. Surely, had I sent you to them, they would have hearkened to you. But the house of Yisrael will not hearken to you, for they will not hearken to me. For all the house of Yisrael are impudent and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made your face strong against their faces, and your forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint, I have made your forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Moreover, he said to me, Son of Adam, all my words that I shall speak to you, receive in your heart, and hear with your ears, and go, get you to them of the captivity, to the children of your people, and speak to them, and tell them, Thus says Adonai Yahuwah, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Then the rook took me up, and I said behind me a voice of a great rushing. Then the rook took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of a great rushing, saying, Blessed be the glory of Yahuwah from his place. I heard also the noise of the wings of the living creatures that touched one another, and the noise of the Ophanim over against them, and a noise of great rushing. So the Ruach lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness in the heat of my Ruach, but the hand of Yahuwah was strong upon me. El Shaye. Because who is the one that will walk with you always, forever, at all times, throughout all of life? It's God. They will not hearken to you because they will not hearken to me. That part stuck out to me. 2 of Cups in the Tower. You may not be the first time God has tried to show or teach or explain or speak to these people. Yeah. You are not the first attempt God has made. So if they don't listen, if they act like you're crazy, don't take it personal. They're a difficult bunch. Okay. I don't know who this is for, but all right. Maybe it's some hard-headed ass kids. Maybe it's adults acting like kids that are hard-headed and not listening. I don't know. I do feel this energy of like, we've been trying. And they're still not getting it. They're not learning. All right. I'm hearing in my, whatever. I'm just going to speak it. If the greatest teacher of, I don't know, let's say it's math, the greatest teacher of math ever in the world, they are the best teacher of mathematics. And there is a group of children that are just hard-headed, stubborn. They will not listen. They will not sit down. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to learn it. They keep getting held back. They keep failing. Like, we have tried everything. We've given them tutors. We've given them blah, 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 blah. So we send the best teacher in the world. There is no one that could teach them better than this teacher. And they still don't learn. Does that mean that the teacher's not good enough? Or does that mean that the children are just choosing not to learn? I don't know. I'm not saying I know the answer. But what I am sensing, the point of that is, you cannot blame yourself. It is not on you. You could take the horse to the water, but you can't be like, the horse isn't drinking. I don't know what it did wrong. I even like got on all fours and went neigh and then drank the water, and the horse still won't drink the water. I brought another horse. I had that horse drink the water. I was like, see, look, water. The horse is dying. It needs water. I don't know what to do. I've done everything I can. I've done everything. It won't drink water. That's not on you. It's not on you. I don't know what this reading is about, but hopefully these analogies are helping illustrate the message. All right, we got 2 of Pentacles. We got 10 on one, 10 on the other. Damn, it's either 10 of Swords or 10 of Pentacles. 10 is 2 of Pentacles. Darn it. All right, let me get these out here. So we have the Two of Pentacles, right? Now, if you can see in the illustration in the card, kind of looks like this person is juggling, right? Doing this, doing that. It could go this way, it could go this way. Okay. 50-50 chance. On one end, we get the Ten of Pentacles. Hooray! On the other end, we get 10 swords in the back. Not hooray. We've got the King of Cups, and we've got the Hermit, and we got the Nine. This literally, I'm going to be honest with you. For someone, you're the parent, and this is your child. And this is hard. There comes points in times where you've done the best that you can. And they got to make their own decisions. And that's hard. That's really hard. When you have done everything you can to show them love, to teach them love, to teach them right from wrong, and they choose the other way. You may not be the first person that this soul has refused to learn from. You may not be the first person that God has sent this soul to teach them this lesson. This may be a soul that has incarnated and incarnated and incarnated, not learning this lesson. It doesn't mean you're a bad parent. It doesn't mean you're a bad teacher. It doesn't mean you're bad at all. You're doing your best, and that's all anyone can ask of you. Jeez. This, I feel like for some of you, this is the kind of reading, or this reading is the kind of, is reading on the energy of the kind of stuff that you typically don't want to talk about. Yeah. I've experienced some things that I have not shared on here yet. And I don't know when that time will be when I feel that it's right for me to share that experience that I have had. But without saying too much, there are a lot of people that can relate to your pain. There's a lot of people that can relate to your pain. Sometimes we gotta let someone go. Sometimes we gotta give it to God. God, I've done everything I can. I'm still doing everything I can. I'm doing everything you're asking of me, and I'm doing it well. Yeah. Yeah. I feel that energy. This might not be talking about like you being a parent and you're experiencing a child that is choosing a difficult path, regardless of the life they've been given or the love that you've shown or the example you've, whatever, just regardless of the lessons that have been taught. And it's really easy, especially if this is talking about like a parent-child dynamic, it's really easy to hold ourselves to blame or to hold ourselves at fault. Part of that is because our world and our society hasn't fully healed yet. There's a lot of people that there are things that are at the fault of their parents and they never got that closure. And sometimes these kind of people go on about thinking that if something is going on with the child, that it's automatically the parent's fault, but that's not always the case either. Yeah, anyways, it may have been very easy to misunderstand what I'm trying to say, but if you were taught a certain kind of way, or it's easy, it's just human. You care so much about someone, it's easy to kind of like feel like we're not doing enough, or we didn't do good enough, or gosh, what could I do better? What could I do different? Sometimes there isn't. And that comes with a lot to process. That comes with a lot to process. I don't know how extreme or how strong this is for you in particular, but I know that there's some that are watching it. It is really extreme. I'm gonna share a story, a real story. Um, my wife, Katrina, went to college for psychology, in particular child psychology. She's got several degrees. She could do like maybe 2 to 3 more semesters and have her doctorate. She's already got her master's and such. Um, and one day her class took a field trip. The professor only took a few people and didn't tell them where they were going or what. And she said that this has always stuck with her. This experience always stuck with her. We're taught that children are good, innately good. The children are innocent and they're pure. That's not always the case. And I know that's hard to hear. I know that's hard to believe. I have seen things that have challenged my understandings of a lot of things in this world. So, anyways, back to the story. The field trip was select students went on a field trip to a prison, and they were going to interview a inmate in this prison. Now, the inmate that they were interviewing in this prison was serving life. They were not going to get out. They were 5 years old. 5. It was a 5-year-old little girl. She killed her whole family. Premeditated. She planned it out. I want to get into all the oh gosh. I want to get into all the details about how she did or what she did. It's a real, true story. But Trina and the other like 5 classmates or 4 classmates, I think it was a total of 5 that were selected to go. They were told to interview the child, and they did. They asked her questions. They asked her why she did it. They asked her, do you regret it? Would you do it again? They all kind of left that place speechless because they saw something that is really hard to comprehend as a human being. Someone that has no empathy, no love, liked it, enjoyed watching each member die, and doesn't regret a single thing. And flat out told him if she could do it again, she would. Now, I strongly believe and also hope to God that like 99.999% of you watching this, your situation isn't that severe. But if there's someone here that is experiencing something that's pretty close to having a sociopathic child who does not have the ability to love, to care, to have remorse or empathy. I love you and I feel for you in ways I don't think you're going to find in another human being anywhere in your recent vicinity. Not a lot of people have experienced stuff like that. To see true evil in the body of a child. It doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be. But I've seen it. Trina has seen it. Not just on that field trip. I'm just not trying to get too personal. She's seen it with someone in her family, and I've seen it with someone close to me as well. And it is one of the most heartbreaking, painful things to endure. And it's hard to understand. And if you are experiencing something, even if it's not that extreme, it's something that you kind of suffer alone, which makes it worse. No one understands. Everyone's got a judgment or an opinion or a belief on what's possible and what's not and what's right or what's wrong. They don't know the truth. And when you are bearing something like that, God is with you. Even if no one else knows, no one else understands, even if you don't talk about it to others because you can't. What's the point? It would just hurt. No good would come out of it. God is with you. I also want to point out that I have noticed, and I have said this before on this channel, so I'm going to say it the same way I worded it before. God will assign the most troubled souls to his strongest. Have you ever wondered why good people have shitty people in their life? They don't seem right. Or why shitty people have good people in their life? An example of that would be morally wicked parents or family, but they have a godly angelic child. Or vice versa. Two earth angels come together and have a spawn of Satan child. It's an unimaginable pain and cross to bear. It does happen, it has happened, and there are others that understand what you're going through. And you're doing the best you can. Star. I want to point out how much God understands your pain. God knows how much this hurts. And I may not be able to give you answers to all of the questions I'm sure you may have. But what I can tell you is that God is with you every step of the way and knows your pain and loves you. I think I'm going to leave this reading here. I hope that the message came across the way it was meant to and reached who it's supposed to. I'll see you on the next one.